Hey guys, it's Jessica Stone at Stansberry Research, and I've got Austin Root here, the Director of Research, and a recent flyer on an airline, a real airline, something that is actually a treat these days during the pandemic. We actually are seeing more Americans fly, Austin, 700,000 Americans through TSA checkpoints every day. You've been one of them. There's actually 60 million available seats around the world on airlines. Talk to me about why you felt it was safe enough now to fly and chose to do so.
Sure. Thanks, Jessica. I think the two things for me that really made me comfortable is, first off, we were prepared. I think you'll show some videos where we wore the face shield. I wore a face shield and a mask, particularly in the crowded areas. So a shuttle from the parking garage and a shuttle in between parts of the airport. I did do that. Now, when I was on the airplane itself, once I had found my seat and wasn't near other folks, I kind of took the face shield off. And I did have sunglasses on at times, but I always kept the mask on. So that was the first part. I think I took the proper precautions. The other piece was the airports themselves are reasonably, they're not overcrowded. I think that you cited the number of 700,000 passengers. That's roughly 30% of the volume we saw last year at this point. The last flight, United flight from Denver to Baltimore, was no more than 10 or 15% full. There were many, many rows that were completely empty.
So there's still not full capacity, even with the mandated empty seats for social distancing. We
Correct.
did see recently a surge in airline stocks going up after we saw that 700 or 800,000 Americans flew. Also, I think we had some results from Russia claiming that they had the first COVID-19 vaccine.
Right.
What is your insight for investors about whether it's a good time to get back into airline stocks?
Yeah, I would say hold off. I wouldn't buy them and I wouldn't short them. Warren Buffett likes to say you don't have to swing at every pitch. And I think this is a pitch that you lay off of. And the reason for that is that even though the numbers have improved for the airlines in terms of passenger volume, they are still going to burn loads and loads of cash. The airline business is a business with high fixed costs, high operating costs, and you really only make money when your planes are full. So that's what I would do. Now, would I short these businesses? I wouldn't do that as well, because I think you could see the stocks push higher in the short term if we get better data about volumes going from 30% to 40%, or, as you noted, new vaccine data that makes people believe that they will be seeing even more passenger volume. I just don't think that's a short-term hit thing, though. I think longer term, these businesses really are at risk of going insolvent. Our government will make sure we still have airlines to fly, but that doesn't guarantee that you as a shareholder still have stock that has any value.
That's a message I wish more people had gotten through before they invested in Hertz and
Yeah,
JCPenney, right?
you're right.
Lastly, I want to ask you about sort of the macro view of this. There is sort of an emotional connection between our culture and transportation and airlines. I remember after 9/11, it was a really big deal when people started flying again. And those numbers did tell us something about the economic recovery. What's the connection and what numbers are you watching now? Is it just the passengers? Is it the cargo that these airlines are taking? What are you looking at to know whether we are genuinely recovering?
I think that's a great question, Jessica. I'm not sure that I think the cargo and industrial and transportation of cargo volumes is more indicative this go around than the passenger volumes. And that simply is that I think that fewer and fewer businesses will mandate travel in this post-pandemic world. So the airlines really do well with business travel. And but for one person that I saw in a suit, there was no business travel going on, at least in the flights that I saw. And I just worry that because you may not see that recover as quickly as maybe the rest of the economy, that the passenger volume you see from these airlines will not be as telling on the economy as it may have been in prior recessions.
All right, some good insights there from our Director of Research, Austin Root. If you'd like to be connected to more of his insights, please hover on your screen now and we will connect you to a subscribe icon for his research. Also, please follow us on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching.